do a bit of rummaging. First time in quite a few months now that I've been able to get out and have a look down here. Really anywhere else. Life's taken over. We've had lots of things come up that we needed to address. So it's actually really mild. It was snowing last night, so I was thinking it's going to be a bad one. It's going to be bad roads and stuff today, but no, everything's thawed out really quickly. 10 degrees here. We've got Salky here, who's loving it, absolutely loving it. And I'm going to do my best to see if I can turn up anything interesting. Reports are from Callum that there wasn't much movement in the shingle recently. It's not really been any rough weather, so I'm not expecting anything incredible, but you never know. I'll keep you informed. So you can see that there's a layer of mud that's covering pretty much everything. There's not been enough rain to wash this off. This is usual for the location, you know. And so far I've not really seen anything. I've not even seen one good little nodule, which Balmerino is famous for. With lovely little agates and fortification agates, and you can see there's actually one in a stone here. Look, a little piece of lava. It's actually quite a nice looking little nodule. I may take that just because it's cute. Who knows? Possible. You can see there's a little dislodged piece of agate. Not very exciting. Whether or not that indicates someone else has been here and had a look, don't know. Or someone's just happily step on it, because I can see that by Salky's dirty little feet here. Hello, darling. There's a good one. Small, but perfectly formed. And see, it's got an eye on it. A hemisphere of agate. And that's a nice little agate there. That makes it, I feel it's already been worth coming just for that. Huff, huff, puff. Salky, eh? You're making a racket. So there's a smattering of bits and pieces of agate everywhere around here. As I say that, I can't locate one. Oh look, there we go. Often the Balmerino pieces are quite weathered, and that may or may not just include quartz. But this is a good spot to look, just where the rocks are washed by a stream, and up above you can see there's a high path up there somewhere. It's another slightly broken nodule, which I'll probably take because I'll just be able to cut the back end off that. You never know with these, it could be really beautiful, who knows. And if you look west here, you'll see there's a few what I call the islands, but they're not really islands. They obviously connect with the shore, but they're good places to look. As Salky's pulling on the lead, they're good places to look. Things are often buried in the sand, but despite the tide being at its lowest point now, you can see it's already on the turn. Doesn't take long, half an hour, and they're already being covered. You need a really low tide. It was about 70 centimetres today, and you really want it to be somewhere around 20 or 30 to get a proper look down there. I'm going to have a go. I'll have a look over there, see if I can see anything, but you really want it to be lower. It's an example of another classic sort of Balmerino nodule. There's a break there. But again, as with these often, you can see, where is it? There. They're often hollowed out with spherical inclusions of often calcite or quartz that can sort of eat into the whole nodule. So your usual fare here is something like that. There's lots of bits. There's a bit here. wouldn't take that. I'll just leave that. See, that's a big piece of quartz with maybe zeolitic inclusions through it. Probably picked this one up before, to be honest. Sometimes I take these because they have nice markings through them, not necessarily in agate, sometimes just in quartz. You can see the sprays here. Presumably calcite, but it could be other minerals as well. That looks like mostly quartz to me, so I'm just going to leave that one. So here's an example of something you might miss, or you might not miss. I can see just from here that that is a blue-grey nodule, a large one, you can see. And I'm almost 100% certain that's what it is. So I'll pick it up and have a look. Might be quartz, might not. No, it does have some kind of a crystalline inclusion here, but it is largely agate, I think. Very weathered and quite interesting, so I'll definitely take that one with us. That's more of an unusual find. You do get blue-grey agates here, but they tend to be the smaller red-orange variety as opposed to this. So that's nice. I'm happy with that. Want to cut? And you can see that's another whole nodule. It's a good one, but quite small. But you can see there's eyes on the base there. Well, it might be nice cut. They've often got this really lovely. What's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but they feel lovely in the hand. You can see over there that looks like the island is an island, and I'm not going to get across to it. The water's just not been low enough, so we'll leave that for another day. Dog is climbing. She likes a good climb. I think she wants to escape. I don't know. I think it's the water. It's a bit cold. Here's another good one. You can see somewhere, there we go, there's a break on the surface. And these white weathered nodules are often really nicely marked inside. The high degree of weathering give them high contrast bands. That's a good one. You can see there's a nodule with a very pale amount of amethyst in there, possibly worth cutting. Another larger piece I found there, quite broken, but could probably get a face on it. Looks alright, quite mossy. And here's the bit we came up. Well, it's probably back there somewhere, to be honest, but it's all very similar here. Steep, no trees, and then up to this path that Selkie's on. That's me done a couple of hours. Got some more stuff to do today, so to head back. But yeah, it's been a good one. Hello, Selkie. So here I am at Balmerino again. Spot of collecting. Hopefully, there's anything to collect. Oh, Selkie. So here we go. Yeah, I don't, as you might imagine, stage anything. Just ramble incoherently to my best ability. So that's what I'm going to do for the next couple of hours. Well, Ingrid is unwell at home, sadly, so I'll take a moment to think of Ingrid. And I certainly will be, because this is where we used to come a lot together, and whenever I'm here I think of her all the time. So anyway, I will do my best to try and find some interesting things to show you all. Cheers. See that? That does look to have the shape of a large nodule. I can see crystal quartz, presumably poking through the top there. It has the shape of a large nodule, would you expect. It looks like quartz, but then there are darker areas with a bluish tinge towards the edge, and large pieces of quartz are always worth cutting at this location because they often have smoky centers. So I don't know whether that's just a piece of quartz. I'm not sure, but it has a look of a nodule because of its shape. So I'm probably going to take that. And generally with Balmerino you will end up with several of these on a good visit that you really don't know one way or the other whether they're worth taking or not. And I generally will take them, and they'll sit in the garden for possibly months until I find the time to put them through a saw. And it'd be an easy cut if it is just quartz. So, you know, good practice for the blade and for me, but interesting. So it's unusual at this stage to say that. So it's unusual for me to say at this stage, but I've not yet seen a coloured agate here. I've seen very little of any agate at all. There's lots of quartz, as you can see here. There's quartz. There's a dog. Is that an agate? No, there's no. I've not seen a single agate nodule. That is, I think, calcite rather than quartz, but there's certainly no agate content. Yeah, it's been well picked. There's some body. Always good for a bit of body down here. I think you get a quiet spot and just drift away, you know. I tend not to do that so much anymore because you can lose track of time quite easily. Yeah, but there's very little in the way of agate, which is a bit disappointing really, but I'm hopefully a bit further on to change that. The tide is meant to be quite low, but at the moment I'm kind of thinking maybe it isn't low enough. So, ho hum. So finally I have an agate nodule now. It's not coloured, it's a blue one. But it's definitely agate, it's definitely not quartz. It looks fairly unremarkable. You know, nice gnarled base as you often get here. And it's been eroded from the whole stroke. Am I going to take it? I don't think so. I'm going to leave this one. Got enough similar specimens. So this one stays here, and I'll hope for something a bit more interesting. Well, apologies to this one, there's nothing wrong with it. I am just looking for different kind of stuff. See, there's a bit of layered material, vein material. Oops. Right, let's keep looking. See, there's a nice piece of the andesitic basalt where the agates erode from. See, it's packed full of little vesicles from nodules that haven't come out. Getting on for low tide here, that's okay, and going to look at the stones here because the rain will reveal any kind of patterns on the outside. Any breaks in the stone, if there's any buried in the mud that you wouldn't normally see. It's a nice gnarled piece, but probably not an agate. No. So, I've got a few smaller pieces and interesting here with chalcedony in there, and I've got not the happiest, just a bit damp. Sorry, Socky. Sorry, Donna. A few nodules. Slightly bigger one, which looks promising, a bit cracked, but white on the outside, well weathered, and there's good bands in there. Still focusing on. Never wants to focus when. Okay, well, anyway, carry on. It's interesting because you can actually see the sprays in this. It's just quartz. There's no agate content, but you can see it's the bottom of the vein, flat. I don't think a nodule, but you can see the sprays which you'll get in agate here that are composed of what I assume are calcite here, but I don't know. So just thinking, I'm not sure. So that's always good to see that. Hopefully, look, there's a wee nodule here. There, see that one. That's decent. That's a good one. Nice colour. So keep looking. Sort of thing I'm looking for. You can see here. There's a small nodule there. This one is mostly quartz, so I'll leave that. But if we keep looking, see what I'll do. This is the camera on. Hopefully there'll be some more stuff down here. Just buried in the sand. That sucks. It's always worth having a look close to the water in certain places here. Especially after rain, especially after rough weather. Especially where the streams enter the river. That's where you're going to find things washed down. And there's another broken nodule here. It's just a shard really, and very broken, so I'll leave that as well. But occasionally you'll find bigger things here. So, you know, contrary to what's written about this area, larger agates do occur pretty regularly. So see if we can find anything. There's a bit of crystal coming out the top there, but again, it's calcite, there's no agates there. Often they'll be stained. If they're not white from weathering, they'll be stained on the outside. That's a geode there, possibly with smoky quartz. So I'll take that one. And of course, you always want to be looking for your moss agates too, which can often be pretty well camouflaged, weeds, other things. So this is the tide's about. Oh, see, there's a moss there, but there's no colour in it. It's just the green. So I would leave that. But yes, this is. No, again, I'm just going to leave that. So yeah, you want to be looking carefully here, and that is mostly calcite. Is it worth taking? You see there's a pocket of very pale amethyst, but is it worth taking? I don't think so. See, it wanted to form, it wanted to have some agate in there, you can see that, but the rest has been filled in with calcite and probably a little amethyst too. I'm going to leave that one, I think. Hope that we find something a bit better. Nothing, I don't think. See, I could be fooled that might be a nodule, but the outside suggests not. Down to the water here. See, it'll go out quite a bit further here. On the lower tide, you get tides that might be minus, a bit further than what usual low water is. Today at 50 centimetres low tide, so that's quite low. I've been down here when it's been minus 20, minus 10, 20 centimetres, and get even lower down then. This side. Dog's found something to sniff, which is always good, and I shall keep looking. And there's a slightly larger nodule, quite pale. So I can see there probably is quartz content there, but I'll take it because it looks like there's more to it. We'll see. Here's a larger nodule. Oh, which looks good. We'll give it a wash. It's the sort of thing I'm after. It's the sort of thing most people would be after, I imagine. But good. A little bit of fortification, you can see there. Possible quartz centre, but a good colour, and there's a bit of banding there too, which is difficult to see on camera, but yeah, it's a good size nodule for Balmerino. Finish up today, we have classic, good sized Balmerino nodule here, the white skin, still covered in mud. You can hopefully see there's some good banding in there. Yep. I'm at Balmerino right now. Just picked this up, which had a large sort of headdress of weed, seaweed, and I'm pretty sure this is actually a moss. Oh, I accidentally zoomed in there, but I'm pretty sure this is moss. Very dark moss. But from looking at it, it looks to be a moss. Quite a strange one as well. I'm not 100% sure on it. Certainly something going on. It might just be agate through basalt. I guess we'll find out. So another piece. You can see this end, this side, looks mainly like calcite. It's calcite. See the inclusions. On this side it looks more solid. So I'd probably try and cut it and see if there's any more. The solid nature to this side, more silicified. Oh, so I'm taking it. There you can see this is another moss. Interestingly, it seems to be deposited in layers. You can see the layers, but that's definite moss. It's very cool. There's a find here. You can probably see. Here. There we go. That's just quartz. I think I've probably put this up before. A peeler, as the Americans say, but one I'll leave. This is a section of a large nodule. You can see there's definitely quartz in there, but then there's also colour to the base, suggestions of some agate in there too. So I take it for that reason, just because it's very difficult to see if there's anything in there that might be of more interest. You can see there's a little bit of agate there, so I will take that. Another one. So that there is a very large nodule of what I don't know. Looks like it's got sprays through it. Lots of quartz. Wish there'd been more agate in there, but you can see the sprays through it. It might be nice to cut it just to see the sprays, essentially. There's only a small volume of agate in there. That's a shame, but there is a small amount of agate you can see in the skin there. I suppose you'd call it maybe a sagenitic geode with inclusions. Will I take it? I think I will take it. I think I will take it, just because I love these sprays of vesicular. Here's probably what's a quartz nodule, but you know, you can spot that nodule from a few feet away, maybe. Yeah, looks like quartz. going to take it anyway, but I'd say that's quartz. And you can see that that's amethyst. Amethyst in there, in this nodule. Be quite pale, but I think that's amethyst. Something here, which is quartz. You can see there's stuff around, but it is mainly quartz. Looks nice from the outside, but just quartz in the middle. And there's a big nodule here, which I've seen before. We were picking this one up. God, I think maybe 5 years ago. It used to be at the top of this stream here, but now it's washed down to the bottom. It's just a big nodule of quartz. And I remember with a bit less of the algae on the outside, you could see there were a few stalactites coming down from the top, but it's certainly not worth taking. Try cutting this, but I'm envisioning just quartz, although that there does look like there may be an island of agate in the centre, going by the colour in the middle there, so we'll see.